American people. This particular wickedness and evil against the people of this land and against their own children. They have their own children. Which nation on the earth will they run to? Where are they going to go and take citizenship if they bring the war down inside of here? There is already here. I said the prophecy then. They're already here. Then the Lord sent me to intervene twice. And they're still finding another way. Come up with idea on how the policies you are going to make that is going to draw people closer to you to be able to consider you again. If you did not stop this and another thing happens before January the 28th, if President Trump did not only intervene to deal with that particular issue, and this is also a test for you that like to test God to see what God will do, you will not smell power of the presidency for 10 to 25 years. And I see something else brewing on the other side, that President Trump and the Republican Party must be very careful. You have an opportunity to be able to reconcile this land, and you are abandoning it already. You have the opportunity to bring people together, and bringing people together is not you bringing all the tech companies to come and pay you homage like a king, like you did in 2018, and yet they end up punishing and suffering you. Yes, we will reconcile and come together. Nothing takes away the accountability in this season like you did that you had done in the past. Things that are destroying the country in a way that it will also impact the rest of the nations of the earth. The Lord had forbidden it. So he's watching, and we are watching what you are doing. And that is what will determine what future we entail. Don't forget that we had 10 years to get it together, and half of that is already gone. So those of you in power and seeking power that like to dismiss whatever you hear when the Lord speaks, and you want to replace it with your own wisdom, your intelligence, and the people should calculate what would have happened if, for example, the Lord did not open the door by driving the people, the government of Syria out, and punishing him for the sins of his father and the sins that he had continued. And the rebels were also warned about touching and persecuting the Christians and religious people and the ordinary people, indigenous people, and the minorities in Syria. And both sides have a choice. You can put it to test and see. And then see the punishment that will come. For the Lord God have just told you, those that change their ways, they shall live. Those that turn around from their unrighteousness and sinful nature and wickedness and evil, persecuting the poor and all these other things that you heard in the book of Ezekiel chapter 18. In case you did not understand my accent, you can go and read it on your own. And may the Lord help you to understand what he said, so that you know. Those in power, because we know it wasn't President Biden, those that are looking for a way to undermine and sabotage the government and the people of the United States, those that want to throw away and take away their will of the people and what the people had called for and replace it with their own. They are free to go ahead and continue. But it's time for you to stop. It's time to stop. That what you did in Syria, you should not repeat again. And those that did that should be punished, to be made an example to the others, so that they will never do such a thing against our land. That's a treason, to organize with a foreign government and a foreign rebel in order to undermine and sabotage the government of the United States elected by the people, and undermine and create situations that undermine our economic well-being and security well-being and political well-being and every of the things socially, politically, mentally, psychologically, biologically, everything that makes and supports the dignity that everybody should have to be free people in this land. That's what the Lord has said. So you have heard the Lord, for the Lord have said, for they have committed another abomination upon the abominations that have been committed in this land, that you plead and stand in the gap and always come to me to cry out, please have mercy upon them. For I had told you that these people are unrepentant in their ways. It is your choice. And I read a few more verses so that I can end this service. It's not a service to be able to scream and yell. It's not a service to warn you. It's a service that asks you to make a choice and go ahead and do as you have planned. And then when you finish, we will see what the Lord himself has said. But I know that the word of the Lord came to Isaiah in chapter 3. And when he came to him, the Lord said, in Isaiah chapter 3, Isaiah chapter 3, reading from New American Standard Bible. In verse 11,